Hey there, it's Sean C. Morley, serial entrepreneur here, coming at you tonight. A little bit earlier in the evening, we had some fun with our Flow Follies, and was getting back a little late after the shows, and then went out to party with the cast. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and I invite you to go ahead right now and take your phone and scan that QR code. Why? Well, because that's going to link you to a very interesting place. Well, it's called my link tree, which you may have heard of before. You can also just go to linktr.ee/JOHNCMORLEY, serial entrepreneur. That's SerialEntrepreneur. Or if you have your smart device phone, you can just scan the QR code and it'll just drop you over there by opening the link. All right. So for those of you that are new, well, welcome. We have a great show here tonight. And I understand that a lot of people don't quite know what we're doing, but every week we have a complete series. And then what we do is we have a specific topic every single day. So this is only episode 2. Well, what's today's show about? I bet you're probably asking me that right now. Today's show is about something very interesting. And so, we've been talking about this this is only our second show, and that is what makes you feel proud and successful. And I want to do something right now. I'm not allowed to play it because of copyright, but what I can do is I can tell you about it. So, as you know, I was in this play and I love plays. So, plays are one way that I feel really proud and successful. There was a song that was played when there was a point between one of the scenes, and there was also a tribute at the end of the song for this gentleman named Coach Gibbs, who I only had the chance to know a little bit. We were in a play together, really nice person, but again, I didn't get to know him as well as many other people. But what I want to say is that we did a tribute to him, and after one of the scenes, we played the song. And the song that we played with some of the football guys from Indian Hills or Ramapo High School in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, um, we used the song, and the song was Panic. Well, it's Panic at the Disco, High Hopes. And I want to just give you some of the words that are in there. And it really exemplifies what I'm talking about, which is to have high hopes for a living, shoot for the stars when you couldn't make a killing. And then he has another line, don't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. And the song is High Hopes for a Living. And it's very, very catchy. And then he has a part in there that talks about what Mama said. Mama says something like fulfill a prophecy, be something greater, go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the days, we want everything. So it's really something that really can just spark some chords. And the other thing that's interesting about this, if you watch the video, you can just Google "Panic at the Disco," and he does something very interesting. He's just getting out of his DeLorean car, and he starts walking on the street, and people are looking at him, but really nobody's paying attention until he starts walking. And he starts walking toward a building, and then he just starts walking up the side of the building, and people are starting to watch him. And they're not looking, they're not looking anywhere but him. And he doesn't look down, he just keeps looking up and having high, high hopes for a living. Wondered, how he was going to do this. Um, you know, Basically that's the lyrics of the song is, had to have high, high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Don't have a dime, but I always had a vision. And so this really exemplifies what I'm talking about this week, which is to have high, high hopes. So when you have high, high hopes and you feel proud and you can recycle that feeling and you can feel so amazing, oh my gosh, that is charging. Just listening to this song every day will probably pump you up to do so many great things. And so in this play, I was hearing the song, and the first thing I said to myself is, I don't know a lot about the song. I just knew a few words, and I went on YouTube and I typed it out, like maybe 5 or 6 words, and it found the song right away. And I was like, wow. And I started listening to it, and it was absolutely amazing. It was blowing me away because, when you're climbing up the wall, first people are going to feel that you're going to fall, right? And, but then when they see that you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, and when you don't look back and you keep going, even when it gets hard, people watch you. And when they watch you, you can keep doing what you're doing and they're going to keep watching you because you're setting an example. I mean, this song is amazing. When he says the words, as I said, and I'll repeat them again because I think it's pretty remarkable. Um, Starts out by saying, "Had to have high, high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision." And so, what this song really states is he had a journey. This guy in the song, B Pi aided, Piattd is the second word, and when people have these amazing feelings like he went through, oh my gosh, I mean, it just like lighted people up like you cannot believe. And so during this play, every time I heard the song, it kept, because we did 3 plays. We did a Friday night on 7:30, we did a Saturday at 7:30, and we did a matinee today at 2 o'clock. And every time that song came on, I was like, I got to find out that song. And I just got so into it. And what that really is saying is that, just do what you need to do. Even if things get hard, keep working on it. Keep having a vision. Keep having high, high hopes. Even if people tell you no, just keep having those high hopes because you know what? He is an example of how that works. And when he had high, high hopes, he said he had all these challenges, but he got out of his DeLorean and he got right there. And he wasn't even driving it, he was a passenger. And then he starts walking and he climbs up that whole building. And then when he gets all the way up to the top, he looks down to let everyone know he's okay. And then he starts with the band at the top of the roof. And that's it. You see, when you do things that make you feel proud and successful, you want to keep doing them over and over again. When I'm in a play and I'm in a scene and I'm speaking, I get this adrenaline rush that just pours through every part of my body. And I just get even more energy. And then when the crowd either laughs or they applaud or they make a remark, it just charges me more. And so I want to do it even more. And then when I'm doing dancing, so this is just one thing, but maybe you're not into plays, maybe you're not into acting or dancing. Um, Maybe you're just into something else. But what do you do in your life that makes you feel proud and successful? Well, I'm going to share a story. Many years ago, a client that we still have today, which we're very grateful for, went in there probably over 20 years ago. And I went in there and I went talked to some people and I went right to the owner. Didn't know who the owner was at the time, and I just started explaining what I do and different things. And we had a connection. And right then and there, because I was able to understand a problem they had, they decided to hire me. And I know that feeling that I felt when he says, "Okay, when can we get started?" And this sensation poured out through all of my veins, my cells, ligaments, tendons, bones, muscles. It's amazing. And you see, when you get something that makes you feel proud and makes you feel successful, you want to keep doing more. What's something that makes you feel successful? Maybe you give a speech, or maybe you bake, or maybe you create something. And when this happens, it causes, oh my gosh, excessive amounts of dopamine to just release into your brain. So being on stage, there's a couple things that do it. One, there's people out there, and I know there's times when we get our mic. So when we put our mic on, it's like the adrenaline builds when I get wired for my mic. Even though I'm not on stage, it's like it's building. Like I know it's coming. It may not be a minute, it might be 5 minutes, might be 5 minutes. I don't care. My body's already getting psyched up because I've got the mic on and I need to perform, not because I have to, but because I want to. And it's just so amazing. And then you can get creative with words and you can add more things in, change things around. So in your life, do you have something that makes you feel like you're going to the moon in a great way? Are you good at sports? Are you good at maybe helping others with something? What makes you feel good? Another thing that makes me feel good is helping charity. Now, I'm not going to go into what charities I'm helping, but what I want to say to you is that just doing something really helps me. Now, one of the things that really kind of grounds me, and we'll have a whole other thing on grounding in the future, I generally do a little prayer. And those of you that watch me enough, you know that I'm Roman Catholic. And I say, look, dear God, Lord, can you please um, grant me what I need so that I can help these people or so that I can help them and then be able to help myself. And the feeling that I get, oh my gosh, it's just like something that pours out of me and it feels so, so absolutely amazing. Uh, it's just amazing. It's crazy how this feels. I mean, it makes me feel so very, very great that and it's not even the fact that, you're trying to boast or you're trying to it just feels so amazing. And this dopamine, this thing, another thing that happened was I helped somebody fix something. And just knowing that that cast member or that crew member regarded me, that gave me such adrenaline. Do you have something in your life right now, or maybe not the second, do you have something you ever did that made you just go to the moon? When I was in second grade, I memorized Trees by Joyce Kilmer, and going on stage and being able to recite that, oh my gosh, I can still feel the adrenaline pumping in my body right now thinking about that. Another time was when I became an Eagle Scout in May 1993. I went up there, got my Eagle Award at my Eagle Court of Honor, and then my dad gave me a proclamation, he being an elected official, and just that whole ceremony and what it felt like. Graduation was another time. Graduation from high school, graduation from college. When that happened, oh my gosh, the other time that really made me feel like so proud and successful was the first time I went. There's a place in Wayne called it was a roller rink, and it was called Wow Wayne on Wheels. And we'd go there for birthday parties. And I remember I would go there, and first I couldn't skate, and then we'd be going to birthday parties like every month. And finally, I got more comfortable, and just being able to skate without having to fall and being able to stop, it felt so amazing. I couldn't believe how this felt. And then there'd be a song that would come on, whatever song it would be. And I'd either be having pizza or I'd be talking to my friends, like, oh, I gotta go. And it's like I just had this adrenaline push. I felt so proud. I felt so charged that yes, I was going on and I was getting to play. I know one song that used to do it. It was Jake Isles and Centerfold. That was one of them. And it was at the time I didn't even know the lyrics, but I just love the music. I'm really somebody that gets turned on by music. And things in your life can just light you on fire. I mean, light you on fire. If your life is not igniting your passion, you're doing the wrong thing because your life needs to ignite you. I don't mean spark you, I mean ignite you up positively in passion. That's what I mean. If you can get that, ladies and gentlemen, oh God, I it's so breathtaking. Today, you'd finish your scene, and then they'd be back to get your mic off of you because we only had so many mics. And then I know that with that time was coming again when I got my mic again, and I think it was the thing like the Pavlov and the bell. When the mic came, I knew it was not going to be too long, 15 or 20 minutes till I was going on stage and I was getting to perform. That felt so amazing. What makes me feel proud and successful is doing these great casts for you, whether it's a small cast, whether it's a large national talk show cast. It's amazing. When I have a guest on and they tell me, John, oh, it doesn't matter, we'll just go wherever you want. And then they come back and tell me, you're an expert at this. You know exactly what you're doing. I'll follow your lead. You're great at this. It makes me feel so wonderful. I can't tell you what it makes me feel like. And so, yes, closing a sale can give you that adrenaline rush. It can make you feel proud and successful. Maybe you did something. Maybe you made something, you gave that to someone, and you got the response that made you feel so proud and successful that you did that. Maybe you're working on a project and that project finally gets done. Or one of my big ones is I'm hosting an event for one of my groups, and the people come to the event, and then more people come, and then more people come. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is amazing. And I'm not even trying to make it about me, but before I know it, everybody's wanting to talk to me. Why? Because I guess I brought all these people here. Passion, emotion, feeling proud and successful, they go hand in hand. They're like a yin and a yang together. And when you can get that alignment, oh my gosh, I am right now on fire just thinking about that song I was telling you about. And another thing I do that's kind of amazing, I have a song on my phone. And the song that I play, it's a short song that I've cut it down. Every time the phone rings, the song plays. And the song is a motivator of who I am and who I'm becoming. You see, how and why is important, but feeling proud and feeling successful. You see, people think manifesting is something you just visualize. Yes, that's part of it, but it's not the whole thing. Your heart does all the work, okay? Does a lot of the work. And your heart creates this energy. This energy causes your body to go into this special state that puts you on cloud nine. And you just want to do so much that you can't even believe. And then you're getting another charge. Think about something in your life that made you feel proud and successful. I remember going to it was actually a contest at a bar not too far from us. And I remember doing a song, and then I remember that I made the finals, like the top 5 people. I'm like, oh wow. And getting up on stage there, it was like a small stage, and just being able to sing and doing that, I was like, oh my gosh. I also remember being at a wedding one time, and the band was like, yeah, go ahead, sing. And it's like I go into my own world. And by doing that, I create something that's amazing, not just for me, but for everyone else. And it comes from a very humble heart, because some people want to go on stage because they want to just dominate. I want to go on stage because I want to compel people. I want to motivate them. I want them to feel what I'm feeling. I want the actions that are in me and those feelings to come out. So like I was saying before, we don't just manifest with our brain, our mind. So we visualize, okay? We have to feel it first and manifest second. When you truly can do that, ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh, you will just take the stage every time. But if your life does not have at least one or two of those moments, sit down. You had to have a moment that just made you feel so great to be alive. Another moment that happens to me when I lose weight. I'm like, oh my gosh, I look at the scale. I was like, wow. I was like, even if it's a couple pounds, I'm like, wow. And it makes everything all worthwhile. Just like this guy that was climbing this building. And, you're probably saying, well, gee, what's the big deal? Even if they did some camera tricks, the fact of the challenge of climbing the building and then looking at the people and knowing that these people were looking at him because of his vision of where he was going. It wasn't who he was. It was what he was doing and how he was captivating people like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at him. And they were just like, and then the news people were watching him. That's just blows you away. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, filled with lots of passion just for you guys. And I'd like you to love, support the video, show us what you like about it. Tell me what's passionate in your life. What makes you feel proud and successful? Comment below. Tag your friends, your colleagues, and your associates. Share this out with everyone you know on all social media. And then I know it resonated with you. So go to youtube.com, type my name, John space E space M-R-L-E-Y space serial entrepreneur. Look for the key phrase, help keep our content free below any one of the videos, and click on that PayPal link and make the choice to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so great with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, new people, staff, and even new facilities to continue to produce the most jaw-dropping, motivational, inspirational content to get you out of procrastination and into action. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you can now follow my short reels on John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur. They're a little teaser of what the longer video that I publish on Friday. So it's been great being here. My adrenaline is like overcharged tonight, and I feel like I'm on top of the world. And I'm so grateful, ladies and gentlemen, for you watching and for those of you that watch later, because you can have this feeling, but you got to commit. You got to want it. And you got to feel it with every muscle cell in your body. I'm John C. Morley, if you didn't know by now, serial entrepreneur and a person that loves to feel passion and express it. Have yourself a great rest of your night. And I will be back tomorrow with episode 3, talking about what makes you feel proud and successful. I'll tell you more of my stories. Hopefully we'll have some of yours. Take care, everyone. Be well.